you're watching the information program of Public Movement Change the World Together, CWT News. The main news of the past week, as well as before, is the price of Bitcoin, and also watching this release. Blockchain world denies from the Ethereum. It's time to new generation cryptocurrency. The fiat dollar comes out on the crypto exchange. Dollar is a paper beyond which there is nothing but the fate of people. A series of meetings was held by Alexei Muratov, chairman of the Public Movement Change the World Together, cryptocurrencies PRIZM founder. More and more shops which accept payment with PRIZM coins, more and more branded cars. About this and other events in more detail in a few seconds. The main news of last week was a Bitcoin cost. Exchange analysts build strategies, analyzing charts, and experts give an advice whether to buy cryptocurrencies and when crypto gold will retire. Detail further.
Bulls are successfully trying to take revenge. The rate of Bitcoin, as well as other top cryptocurrencies, do not show growth and even loss in price. Going down to the mark of almost $7,000, Bitcoin could only overcome the key zone of $7,500, and this fluctuates at this mark. Against the backdrop of such a picture, and with them, CEO of Pantera Capital's hedge fund Dan Morhat called the moment successful for opening long positions in the market and offered to buy Bitcoin, since in their opinion it will increase significantly in price in the near future. Morhat assured that investors are expecting big profits, naively believing that the crypto industry is still largely unregulated space. This is not the case, as it has long been known that Bitcoin, mined by proof-of-work technology, is controlled by large mining pools that hold all power in their hands, controlling emissions, and in some measure centralize the process, taking away the main advantages of cryptocurrency decentralization.
Today, these large mining pools by plot have the opportunity to change the rules for all the community. In other words, Bitcoin has lost its main advantage. And today the community has a certain disappointment in this tool. And we see it in the demand of Bitcoin, which is declining. As demand decreases, the cost of cryptocurrency is also reduced. Also demonstrate the fall of other cryptocurrencies, because all of them are tied to Bitcoin. In fact, it is forks of Bitcoin, copies without unique technology. It does not give them any value. They fall down behind the Bitcoin. Today all the cryptocurrencies, proof of work or proof of stake, have problems with centering. All of them are centered as they develop. If even in the beginning there were decentralized ones, the same as Bitcoin.
The fact that Bitcoin as technology will lose its relevance was declared last week by the head of Ripple, Brett Garlinghouse, at COD Conference 2018 in California. He noted that soon altcoins will not depend on Bitcoin, and a lot of digital currencies that don't solve real problems will disappear from the crypto industry. In fact, he predicted the collapse of Ripple itself, because it is not much different from perfect money or other usual electronic currencies. Ripple cannot be called a cryptocurrency, assures Alexei Muratov, sincerely wondering why do they need to use the blockchain to create not decentralized projects that are managed in the old fashion in the same hands. Another confirmation of this is another last week news. 50% of the EOS tokens are under the control of 10 addresses, as shown by the result of the network snapshot from the EOS authority. It is likely that the largest holders are not individuals, but crypto exchanges, such as Bitfinex, Binance, and Bidump. Thus, the main idea of creating Bitcoin is completely distorted, no matter how many famous people call it crypto gold. As Apple co-founder Steve Wozniak said, supporting the recent announcement of Twitter CEO Jack Dorsey. Such statements contain either a complete absence of awareness of blockchain technology and today's trend understanding, or a frank desire to mislead the community that Bitcoin is decentralized. Exactly, decentralization is the future. However, whether this will be the first altcoin, time will tell.
Last week, Ethereum exited from the Tron cryptocurrencies, which moved to its own blockchain, abandoning ERC-20. It's time for a new generation cryptocurrencies such as PRIZM, which are unicorn technology and which in effect is truly decentralized. Crypto exchange Bittrex added fiat dollar support. As CWT community say, dollar is just a paper without any fund or another background but faith. Bankers printed colored papers and forced people to recognize them as money. What is hidden behind the dollar? Our journalists will tell.
Money from the year. The history of money as a form of calculation has survived many stages: water, stone money, debt receipts, silver and gold. The first paper money was issued by the Bank of England in 1694, the value of which was 9 times higher than the amount of gold that was in the bank's stores. 2 centuries later, the Bank of England had an heir which surpassed its predecessor, the United States Federal Reserve. Bankers could buy anything they want. They just needed for this to print more pieces of paper. And when it became too much money, they began to give out money in debt at interest. But that money had a gold equivalent and could be exchanged for gold upon request. And thanks to the American President Nixon in 1971, the United States abandoned its liability to exchange dollars for gold. And now the bankers did not stop anything at all. They could print as much paper as they wanted. Since that moment, bankers and corporations have finally begun to manage the planet and humanity. After all, they began to control energy, food, health, education, science, and the media. For many centuries, humanity has developed and made grandiose discoveries, but it was not profitable for bankers and the large corporations. The modern monetary system has a number of negative socio-economic characteristics. Money is no longer a mechanism for achieving goals. They have become the goals themselves. Today, humanity has the opportunity to stop supporting the power of bankers and corporations. It is a cryptocurrency. It cannot be faked and inflation is not terrible for it. Cryptocurrency is a new financial phenomenon. Nobody can secretly print new coins from the air. In addition, blockchain technology does not provide for any falsification, since it was originally oriented on the principle of a decentralized or distributed registry. And in this direction, it is necessary to unite. This is what bankers fear most of all. That's enough. Let's stop to argue who is better and who is worse. While we argue, they unite. Only to seize control over the technology of the blockchain, they have already united the 10 largest banks in the world. It is impossible to lose valuable time, otherwise the blockchain will serve not to all the society but to a few persons.
Satoshi Nakamoto is technically dead. The Cornell University professor and one of the creators of the Bitcoin and G protocol, Emin Gün Sirer, is convinced that the mysterious Bitcoin architect Satoshi Nakamoto has already been surpassed in the context of the development of his technology. If Satoshi could materialize today, I doubt he'd have much insight to offer. Gün Sirer said, commenting on the article in which Bitcoin Cash developer Gavin Anderson was named the real Satoshi. The identity of Satoshi Nakamoto still provokes experts to make assumptions about the reality of the person and causes the interest of the community. And many people simply associate cryptocurrencies with Bitcoin in general, says the chairman of the board of the public movement Change the World Together, Alexei Muratov. They don't understand that blockchain technology is like mathematics, and you can use these mathematics for anything.
As far as an atomic bomb differs from an atomic station, so cryptocurrencies can conceptually differ from each other. The source code for cryptocurrency is the rule. They are written by people. Any rules can be laid for any purpose, task and ideology. I believe that these rules must be guided by the development of mankind and society. Where is humanity going today? What are our goals and tasks? The money itself, like the market economy, is not capable of goal setting by definition. The market is aimed at maximizing profit. In this case, the pursuit of this profit is based on the development of human vices and the merciless consumption of the resources of our planet. Today, the main income is not where something is produced, goods or services, but where nothing is creating. More than 70% of profits are generated in the virtual sector. And this soap bubble must burst.
The consumption of resources for the cryptocurrency's production is in effect kills of our planet's resources. This forces crypto gold hunters to commit crimes. Last week it became known that a resident of the city of Vladimir, Russia, hacked the servers of state structures for the purpose of mining, but this did not bring the benefit to attacker.
The unlucky miner in January last year, using Trojans, hacked computers of unnamed government agencies for Bitcoin mining. Miner faces up to 4 years in prison or forced labor for up to 5 years. As reported in the press center of the Federal Security Service in the Vladimir region, the Novaya later failed to earn a lot on this. And in general, Bitcoin mining based on proof-of-work technology is incredibly energy-intensive. As we have repeatedly said, this technology has outlived itself. It's time for a new generation cryptocurrency. Proof-of-stake technology does not require waste of the planet's resources, since electricity does not become a guarantee of profit, but the number of coins in the wallet. Exactly forging is the basis for the mining of the truly decentralized cryptocurrency PRIZM. The developers of this kind added a unique linear retrograde mechanism paramining to the basic forging mechanism. Paramining creates new coins according to the metrics of the standard mathematics of the development of a normalized financial system in the global economy. In the PRIZM community, it was felt that such a format for the growth of the coin's mass could provide a gradual and confident replacement of all currently existing economic instruments. The speed of extraction of new coins with the help of paramining is calculated from two main parameters. This is the number of coins in your personal wallet and the numbers of coins in the wallet of your followers at 888 levels in depth. According to the characteristics, paramining is an MLM 2.0 system that excludes everything that repels the common man from the network business, but at the same time involves him in the development of the network to increase the speed of coins mining on his personal wallet. For the first time, the system of establishing referral links without using any references has been applied. After creating a new wallet, the system captures the first transaction from the blockchain and sets up a permanently referral chain that cannot be changed, which makes it easy to build global MLM networks and increase the speed of new coinage. Making any transaction in the wallet, the paramining system records to the blockchain the value of coin numbers of the owner's wallet and the number of coins in the wallets of his followers, at which point new coins are generated for the wallet balance. According to the most modest calculations, the monthly increase in the number of coins for such a users is at least 10%. The paramining system is the most perfect tool for promotion and popularization, as it has no analogs in any modern cryptocurrency. The main advantage of paramining is that no network users can interfere with this mechanism and falsify new coins. All users can in real time monitor the number of coins issued by the system. Paramining works on any wallets with a balance over 1 coin of PRIZM and automatically stops when a balance of 1 million is reached. A single branded space. The full brand book of the new gen cryptocurrency PRIZM is presented. Catalog of sources for use in printing, souvenir production, emailing, card pasting, and so on. In a special section of the site, there are fonts, logos, business documentation, image products, and even outdoor advertising. In the first section of the catalog, you can download the main corporate font Gotham Pro and the additional corporate font Ubuntu, as well as color and and monochrome logos PRIZM. In the section of business documentation, there are business cards, letterhead, envelopes, the design of email letters, a folder for papers, CDs and envelopes to them, as well as everything necessary for offline events: calendars, booklets, Euroflyers, badges and bracelets. The design of image products, which will be a new generation of cryptocurrency advertising itself, where you use them, is presented in the brand book. Pens, notebook, mugs, bags, t-shirts, sweatshirts, caps, badges, stickers and keyrings. And for those to whom the plans are as grandiose as this great idea of PRIZM, the site presents the source code for creating banners that are aimed at outdoor advertising and for creating press wall and signage. They are targeted both to small outdoor advertising and for creating office signs for decorating or holding press conferences. The leaders of the movement continue to create convenient means for promoting the national cryptocurrency PRIZM, and the brand book is just one more successful step along the way. Attention, fraudsters, be careful. Recently, there has been an increase in the number of fraudsters wishing to extract a PRIZM community member's password phrase under any pretext to gain access to account and steal money. They use a variety of means: phishing, viruses sending out, emailing, and so on. List of them is meaningless. Hackers will find new ways to get hold of access data. Important: don't rush when enter into the wallet. Save the original wallet laid out on the GitHub. Most important: when you create a wallet, print the passphrase on paper and store it in a place that is accessible only to you. Do not store a passphrase on your computer or phone. Remember that if you lose access to the password phrase, you will lose access to your wallet forever.
A series of meetings was held by Alexey Muratov, chairman of the public movement Change the World Together, founder of the PRIZM cryptocurrencies. Details are in the review of the journalists.
PRIZM Coin, geleceğin kripto parası ve tüm dünyada herkes kullanacak. Netice itibarıyla PRIZM Coin başlangıcı haliyle arkadaşların, etrafımızdaki, çevremizdeki kişilerin özverileriyle çalışacağız. Önce halkımız kazanacak.
The meeting of International Public Movement Change the World Together leaders was held in Turkey. It was attended by the chairman of CWT board, Alexey Muratov. He commented on the drop in the Bitcoin value, noting that it was primarily due to a loss of confidence in the first cryptocurrency as a decentralized financial tool.
У всех сегодня криптовалют на Proof of Work или на Proof of Stake.
Today, all the cryptocurrencies on proof of work or proof of stake have problems related to centering. All of them are centering as they develop, if even in the beginning were decentralized. Data's power is accumulated either in the hands of holders of large balances or in the hands of mining pools. This process is inevitable. Accordingly, it is needed to change their approach. We need a new generation of blockchain, on which new-gen cryptocurrencies will be built. They are not centered as they develop, but become even more decentralized. Exactly such cryptocurrency that is now being promoted worldwide by the leaders of the CWT movement. That is PRIZM cryptocurrency. Check this out and explore. I am sure that the future is for such projects.
Криптовалюта PRIZM. Смотрите, изучайте, и я уверен, что будущее именно за такими проектами.
Turkish leaders supported the position of Alexey Muratov, the future for the next generation cryptocurrency. A meeting was also held in the city of Entebbe under the yellow-green flag of CWT. Met the network leaders of Uganda who were interested in the PRIZM project. The working meeting was held in the format of the seminar. Many of those who was present already know for a long time and share the ideology of Change the World Together movement. And after the meeting, all who was present confidently declared that only PRIZM at the moment is really decentralized cryptocurrency, really the only tool that can lead us to the goal of liberation from financial slavery imposed by the Federal Reserve System. The leader of the CWT in Africa, Mr. Bash, organized the meeting. And one of the speakers was a guest from India, the leader of CWT, Mr. Pankaj Kalavadia, who came to exchange experience of development of the movement in Asian countries and also share his experience of integrating the advanced PRIZM cryptocurrency into his own business projects.
One more store named Crypto Market is now accepting payment in PRIZM coins. At crypt-market.ru, you can buy car goods, household and garden equipment, goods for children, paying off with PRIZM coins, at the rate set at the moment. The creators of the store note that they are trying to do the best to make their PRIZM cryptocurrencies even more popular. Recall that this is not the first store where you can pay with PRIZM. A wide range of services is presented on the website of PRIZM Shop store at prizmshop.com, as well as the Coin store offer for the coin of PRIZM their services. Peanuts, fish and wildfowl meats products, health improving cosmetics, and much more. Law office lawyer Profi, the network of travel agencies Well, fishing tours around the Krasnodar territory to name a few. More details information you can find in the description of this video. The automobile branding campaign continues. Over the past week, more than 400 cars from Russia, Belarus, Uzbekistan, Turkey and many other countries have acquired a purple hue. Representatives of the PRIZM community with humor made a funny video for a popular melody. Just look it.
Смотри, как безработица который год растет в стране. Просто ты не чухаешь момент. Где спасибо? Не видим радостных у вас улыбок. Кричите все Навальный, Блэд, спаси, но его старания проходят мимо. Некрасиво.
On this positive note, we are finalizing our release. We say goodbye for exactly 1 week. Take care of yourself and the world where we live.